Hello, I'm Phil Langton, and I've been a teacher at Hampton for over 20 years. Welcome to Discover Hampton, a podcast that takes you through the school gates and into the classrooms, meeting teachers and pupils and getting an insight into what today's young people are loving to learn and why. In this, our first series, we're unlocking the wonder of languages, maths, science and English, history and music. Today on Discover Hampton,
Hola, Bonjour, Guten, Ni hao, Privet.
Welcome to Hampton's Modern Languages Department.
Hello, my name's Tom Orcutt. I'm Head of Modern Languages and I've taught Spanish and French at Hampton for over 9 years. I love teaching languages for a whole host of different reasons. I really like the code-breaking aspect of learning a language, and our pupils take really great satisfaction from making progress through the application of logic and spotting patterns. I also really enjoy how languages help you to work on your communication abilities and that you have to take risks in order to succeed. And I still personally really love the buzz I get from talking to people in languages other than English. And with it being a skill, there's always room for improvement, even at my age, just like in sport or playing a musical instrument. Languages allow us to feel connected to a diverse and global community and offer access to a wealth of cultures, ways of life and ways of thinking. Schools quite rightly aim to help their pupils grow into open-minded and tolerant individuals who can understand the world around them. In my opinion, the study of modern languages is completely indispensable to achieving that goal. Here at Hampton, we teach 5 languages: French, German, Spanish, Mandarin Chinese and Russian, and it's all about hearing the spoken word. Many of our teachers are native speakers, and we're very lucky as well to have 6 language assistants who are always on hand to chat to the pupils and help them practice what they've learned in lessons. We also offer a range of really exciting overseas trips and excursions closer to home in order to bring language learning to life outside of the classroom. You're about to go on a whistle-stop tour of the Modern Languages Department. First up, our lower 6th, who are with Madame Yoxon, getting stuck into a French lesson. Alors, Madame Yoxon, qu'est-ce que vous allez faire aujourd'hui?
Merci. Thank you, Mr. Orcutt. So today, with my low 6 class, we are looking at a scene from a film that we've watched before and looking at the difficulties of subtitling and keeping the original meaning of various scenes.
Ah bon, il n'a pas de prénom?
Je viens de vous le dire, juste Leblanc. Leblanc, c'est son nom, et c'est juste son prénom.
So let's try to brainstorm some ideas as how we could change maybe the names of the characters to make it sound funnier. Because when we look at the subtitles, we've got like 3 lines, and when we look at the original script, we've got 5, 6 lines, and there are more than just one jokes there. Alors, on vous écoute. Qui veut commencer à prendre la parole? Vas-y, Omar, on t'écoute.
Okay, so I think we agree that Juste Leblanc in
work.
English doesn't work. So, what do you guys think? What's some ideas?
Well, we'll need something which is actually a first name in English, because Juste in France is actually a first
Yeah.
name.
But
So
we
also need it to be,
need it to be a phrase as well.
We need to make it
Yeah.
a phrase, yeah.
Something conversational.
Something
Something
like,
that could go under the radar.
Something like just in case.
That works.
Yeah, that works.
Last
name Justin, last name case.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'd like to do a degree looking at Latin and French. I'm really interested in kind of etymology, the kind of root of languages in Europe, especially the Romance languages, such as Italian and Spanish. Once you've learned multiple languages, it makes picking up different skills in life much easier. You work with systems, it's all very logical, and I find that really fun and rewarding.
Donc, on va regarder maintenant la moralité derrière le film, because it's a little bit of a controversial topic, and it works well in French, but in some countries, some other countries, it might not be accepted, and it's a bit of a weird concept. Je voudrais savoir qu'est-ce que vous pensez donc de la morale derrière le film. Est-ce que inviter un con pour se moquer de lui est quelque chose d'absolument inacceptable? Or, on the other hand, it's quite a funny idea to mock people. Allez, qui est-ce qui veut prendre la parole? Who would like to start? Vas-y, Romain, on t'écoute.
Bien sûr, ce film est extrêmement drôle, mais je ne crois pas que c'est moralement justifiable. Parce que, ultimement, les cons dans ce film sont gens aussi, ils sont peuple aussi, ils sont personnalités individuelles avec leur seule identité.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't agree. These are real people. You can't justify mocking people against like
the better judgment. If they don't know what's going on, if they're not in on the joke, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's just a form of bullying.
Absolument, absolument, ouais, harcèlement, ouais. This film goes back to 1998, I think. Then we could say more things than nowadays. Omar.
Mais tous les deux sont exemples d'harcèlement, essentiellement. Oui. I mean,
Bah si, Gabriel.
there's a whole setup going on to isolate these people and to laugh at them, to ridicule them. So I don't think it's justifiable morally.
No, okay.
C'est un peu différent. Si j'étais en compte, je peux changer là. Et les autres.
Ah, j'adore. That was fun. Thank you very much. Merci, c'est moi. And now we're going to hand over to Miss Sang, head of Mandarin with the class of third year.
Thank you, Mrs. Yuxin. Today we are learning all about the Chinese New Year, and you will even hear the boys singing a Chinese New Year song. 好吗？好，好，一起唱，好，一起唱，好。
恭喜恭喜，恭喜发财，今年好，恭喜恭喜，好事多多。新年好，好，新年好，耶！祝福大家新年好。
Hi, my name is Kian. I really enjoy Mandarin because I think it's a great learning opportunity, and I think it's going to be really important in the future, and it's also a really nice language to learn, and it's good to learn the culture.
Hi, my name's Xavier. I really enjoy Mandarin because I love learning about the culture and it's generally really fun. I love learning new vocab. I found it hard to begin with, but eventually it was a lot easier and I'm enjoying it quite a lot.
新年快乐！
Dylan, how do you say Chinese New Year?
中国新年。
谢谢。中国新年，好，一起。中国新年，中国新年。Thank you for joining us in third year Mandarin. Now we'll go to German with Mrs. Willet Pechnik.
Danke, Miss Zhang. Now we're moving on to German. We are focusing on a specific skill today. We're looking at translation. We're going to go German to English with a not so easy text, okay? Kafka, die Verwandlung, the metamorphosis, the transformation. Has anyone heard of Kafka? Franz Kafka? Yeah? What do you know about him?
He kind of writes like these almost like dystopian and like kind of scary environments and atmospheres.
Absolutely. If you read newspapers and things, you might come across the word Kafkaesque.
Yeah.
Kafkaesque, which usually kind of refers to bureaucratic hell when you're sort of stuck in the system. He was so concerned about the system and how it ruins people's lives because they get stuck in the law courts, for example, and they can't see a solution, how normal lives can be destroyed. So very cheerful stuff. And Die Verwandlung is a short story, a sort of novella that he wrote, which is his most famous work. And talking of most famous, this is one of the most famous opening lines in literature ever. And I don't just mean German literature, I mean literature generally. Okay, let's have a little read. Ardal, do you want to kick off? We'll take a sentence each. Als Gregor
Samsa eines Morgens aus unruhigen Träumen erwachte, fand sich in seinem Bett zu einem ungeheuren Ungeziefer verwandelt.
Fantastisch, gut gemacht. Okay, run it.
Lag auf seinem panzerartig harten Rücken und sah... Hi, I'm Ronit. I've been studying German since first year and I decided to continue with it in the sixth form just because I think German's such an interesting language with all the grammar and the vocabulary and also it's such a widely spoken language around the world that I think learning it in more depth in the sixth form has really enabled me to fully immerse myself in the language and the culture and really understand it.
Good. Right, I've given you a little bit of vocab underneath. What's the scene here? What's happened when he's woken up? Don't know if you've come across this short story, if you have any ideas, but what have you understood? What's happened to him when he's woken up? Harry?
He's turned into like a bug or like a creature.
Yes, and a bug or a creature. And one of the translation issues that translators have had for decades, is how to translate this ungeheuren Ungeziefer. Ungeziefer just means vermin. We want as readers to have a picture in our heads, don't we, of what he's turned into. He's not a human anymore. What creature is he? And the language actually is so abstract and inexact. It's very hard for us to work it out. Okay, I want you now to have a go with those around you. Have, nice loud discussions, please, about how you would render this into English. Okay, have a go. How would you make a start rendering this into English?
So the first bit, when Gregor Samsa woke up one morning from...
Right, we'll leave the lower sixth there. I'm going to pass you over now to Herr Blatchford, who is leading a Spanish class. Hello, Herr Blatchford.
Gracias, señora Willett-Pechnik. Well, bienvenidos a la clase de español. Welcome to Spanish. This is fourth year set 1, and we've been working on mi colegio, mi instituto. So we've been working on school subjects recently and building some sentences. So what we're going to be doing today is we're playing a game. The class is in groups of 2, and they're writing sentences on the board in Spanish. Señor Federico aquí. Hola, Federico.
Hola.
Hola. Señor Federico is going to be reading out the sentences in English, and then it's a competition as to who can write the sentences the fastest, accurately. If there are any mistakes, they don't get their points. Vale, ¿estamos listos para empezar? Should we go? Vale, señor Federico, adelante.
Please can you write in Spanish on the board? I love to do experiments in science. They're very exciting and they make me very happy.
Bastante difícil esta frase, ¿no? Sí.
Me encanta hacer practicales en las ciencias porque son muy emocionantes.
Practicales no es correcto, lo siento. Practicales es Spanglish. Sí, señor Vaca.
Me encanta hacer experimentos en las ciencias porque son muy emocionantes.
And they make me very happy.
Y me hacen
Y me hace
muy feliz.
Muy feliz, but it's los experimentos. Me hacen muy feliz. Now we're talking. Muy bien, estupendo. Muy difícil esta frase, ¿eh, chicos? Muy bien, 10 puntos. Estupendo. Vale. Vamos a cambiar de tema. Vamos a hablar un poco del pueblo, ¿no?
Barcelona is a modern city which is in the northeast of Spain, and I would like to go there next summer. Hi, I'm Freddie, and I've always wanted to study Spanish because my brother's been studying it, and we want to go to Spain together when we're older and speak Spanish. Also, it's quite funny when me and my brother speak Spanish to each other in the house and my parents don't understand.
Sí.
Barcelona es una ciudad moderna en el noreste de España y me gustaría visitar en el verano próximo. En el próximo verano.
El próximo verano, el verano próximo está bien. Me gustaría visitar Me gustaría visitar Muy bien. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed your little trip to Spain with us. We're now going to hand over to Señora White, Señora Blanca in Russian. Adios, hasta luego.
Спасибо, Mr. Blatchford. У нас сейчас русский урок, so we're in Russian now. Russian beginner set, and the boys have been learning Russian for 8 weeks. So if we have a town or a country ending on consonant, what do we do? How do we say in? For example, in Berlin.
So V is in, so it's V Berlinie.
В Berlinie, good. We just add yeah, good. All right, в Berlinie. In Paris, by the way, how will we say that? По-русски.
В Париже.
В Париже, очень хорошо. London, пожалуйста.
В Лондоне.
В Лондоне, очень хорошо. Good. Now, if we have any town, any country ending on A, or maybe even Ya, what will happen, Alex?
You replace the A with a ye.
Да, хорошо. Good. And, for example?
Moskva is в Москве.
Москва, Москве. What will we do with America, for example? America. Да.
В Америке.
В Америке. Good. So I need 2 volunteers. One is saying it in nominative and another one is saying is it in prepositional. So we will say Manchester and then we will say in Manchester. Пожалуйста, Dominic Hamudi.
Okay, so Manchester. В Манчестере.
Очень хорошо, good. Alex Edmund.
Париж. В Париже.
Очень хорошо. Дальше. Farhan, Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex. I have lots of Russian family. I know minimal Russian at the moment, but I'd like to talk to my family, like my grandparents.
Hi, I'm Josh. I wanted to learn Russian because it was different to other languages like French, which I'd done at primary school, and it just seemed like totally different to any other language.
Очень хорошо. Пожалуйста, это диалог. Кто? Кто читает? Да, пожалуйста, кто читает? Алекс и Уильям, да?
Привет, как тебя зовут? Привет, меня зовут Макс. Как тебя зовут? Меня зовут Том. Как дела? Хорошо, как дела?
Thank you so much for listening to our Russian lesson. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm handing you over back to Mr. Ockett. Спасибо.
Spasiba, Mrs. White. I hope you've enjoyed your visit to the Modern Languages department today and gained an insight into what goes on in our lessons. At Hampton, every pupil takes at least one language at GCSE, and many continue their studies of languages in the sixth form. Personally, I'm delighted that lots of Hamptonians also go on to study a language at university. But no matter what our pupils do after Hampton, we hope they leave us with an appreciation of different languages and cultures, and that they take advantage of the many opportunities that language skills can provide. And finally, I'll leave you with this. Despite the widespread use of English internationally, we think it's important to celebrate and champion linguistic diversity wherever we can. Did you know that the Pacific island nation of Papua New Guinea is home to roughly 7 million people, and yet it is the most linguistically diverse country in the world, with more than 800 known languages? Each one represents a unique community and holds the key to its ancestral past and all of the knowledge held within. UNESCO's World Atlas of Languages does a huge amount of excellent work to protect and promote linguistic diversity and considers it one of humanity's many treasures, and we would have to agree. Thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed hearing all about modern languages here at Hampton.
Thank you, Tom. As any teacher will tell you, we live for those golden light bulb moments when everything clicks into place. And over this series, we'll be witnessing the skill, dedication and passion that great teachers bring to their lessons in Discover Hampton, a podcast from Hampton School. You can find out more at www.hamptonschool.org.uk. Remember to follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now.